Hello, Burdett here, and this is just a tutorial mainly for people who are in Mr. McDaniel's physics class, and they're just getting ready to take the final where you have to program a physics problem using Java. So the first thing we need to do, step one, is to break down the physics before we do any of the programming. And basically, when we break down the physics, what we're going to need is we're going to need an equation that we can solve for one variable. And what I mean by this is that if you have f equals ma and you only have f, you can't figure out m and a using programming, just like it can't be done in math. But if you did know m and a, then you could. If you did know m and a, then you could find f. So for McD, you're just going to need an equation. For today's lesson, I'm going to solve the generic case for this physics problem using programming. And basically the problem we're going to have is you have a mass m with a force, and you're trying to find after t, you're trying to find delta x. So basically we need to break this down using physics. So the givens are that, I mean basically these are just equations we can get from one to the other. F equals ma, and then 1/2 a t squared equals delta x. And delta x is the thing we're trying to find. This is the thing we want the computer to compute. So now we just start plugging things in, because we don't know acceleration, so we just have to replace for it between those two. So our new replace thing would be f equals a, and we just divide, because we just divided both sides by m. And then we take this and we just stick it in this a. So now we have 1/2 times f over m times t squared equals delta x. So this is basically our formula. More simply, it's just ft squared over 2m equals delta x. So for our program, we have three variables that we need to ask the user for. We need to ask them for the force. We need to ask them for the mass, and then we need to ask them what time would you like to what time are we looking at. So once we ask for those three variables, it's very easy to compute this section, and then we just need to spit out our data. So if you join me in the next video, I'll show you actually how to code this.